Hey folks, I have your home prices and insights for York Region for week ending October 20th. First, let me tell you about what most sellers have been complaining about all summer. If you want to reach out to me, let me show you how simple it is. Click the link in the description, which opens a new window connected to my personal calendar. Select the date and time that works best for you, then click confirm. You're almost done. Let me know who you are, where I can reach you, and what you want to talk about. That's it. Looking forward to chatting. Okay, before I get into the numbers, I've been on listing appointments and working with sellers throughout the summer, and almost all of them, when we get to the part where we talk about price and what can their home sell for and what's the most a buyer will pay, without question, almost all of them were saying, I know we missed the March prices, March being the highest prices of the year to date. Well, if you're a seller or thinking of coming on the market, forget that thought process of comparing to March, because right now, the fall, these are the highest prices we've had all year. Let me get into the numbers. Okay, the highest average sold price all year is right now happening in the fall. I'm covering York Region here. I'm going to start off with condos for all of York Region, and then I'm going to talk about detached properties for Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and Markham. Condos. Sales are up. We sold 76 condos last week for week ending October 20th. 76 is one of the highest weeks we've had going all the way back to May. So sales have picked up for the condo business here. 686 is the average sold price. I've got it in red because that's the highest price that we've had in a long, long time. And prices are strong when it comes to condos in York Region. 3 of those condos sold at $1 million or more. 686 is 21% higher than last year's average sold price. Now, that's an abnormally high percentage, and sometimes on a weekly basis these things are happening. But if we look back, it's easy to see 14, 13, 15%, 12%. So, north of 10%, almost for sure, prices are up for condos year over year. Of the 76 that were sold, 63% sold at list price or more, and 76 now for a few weeks in a row. We've been selling more at this time than we sold last year. 112 were listed, so listings are also up, which is nice to see. We know the demand is there. It's nice to see more inventory coming onto the market, and months of inventory is sitting at 0.8 with an average of 20 days on the market. The condo prices are higher now than they were in March, which is the time before this where prices are really high. Let's look at Vaughan. Again, these are just for detached properties. Let's talk about sales first. Sales went up. We sold 47 detached properties in Vaughan last week. 17 of those were at $2 million or more, and 17 is tied, if we go back all the way back to March, is tied for the largest week the biggest week as far as selling $2 million or more properties. Well, average sold price is now sitting at $1,833,000. For sure, the 17 properties at $2 million or more brings up that average sold price. But there were 17 properties that sold at $2 million or more. Many of those were properties that were sitting at an average price, or say at 1.8, 1.9, and with prices going up, have pushed those over the $2 million mark. Well, 1.833 million is, when you look back, so here are March prices sitting at high 1.6, mid 1.7. Here's the fall, high 1.8, 1.9. Prices are higher now. If you're thinking of selling, this could be the high point. I mean, prices are pretty strong there. 23% higher than last year's average sold price Of the 47 that sold, 64% sold at list price or more. There's other markets, much more competitive, where 75%, 80% selling at list price or more. So 64% for some of those other markets coming into this market is going to seem a bit of a relief, but it's still extremely competitive. Listings are up slightly from the previous week, so market's still going to be extremely tight. And months of inventory has come down from the previous week. We're now sitting at 0.8 months of inventory. It's strange though that months of inventory has come down, but average days on market went up from the previous week. And when I dig a little bit deeper, I notice it's because of the amount of luxury properties that are being sold that kind of brings the days on market up higher a little bit. Look at Richmond Hill. Sales went up to 54, and 54, if we look back 9-10 months, 54 is one of our strongest weeks of the year. 19 of those properties sold at $2 million or more. That's a third. Average sold price is sitting at $1,951,000. It came down from the previous week, but the previous week we were at $2,051,000. Coming down to $1,951,000 is by no means the market is falling apart. And $1,950,000 is kind of in line with some of the highest prices we've had. And the fall prices are much higher than what we had in March. We're 23% for Richmond Hill. Average sold price is 23% higher than last year's average sold price. Of the 54 that did sell, half of those, 50%, sold at list price or more. Listings came down, which is going to keep the market tight. We need more inventory. Those of you on the fence thinking, is the prices right? Man, these are the highest prices we had. Let's get your property out on the market so these buyers can buy, and they can buy their Christmas home. Months of inventory has come down to 0.9 months of inventory, and the average days on market is now sitting at 12 for Richmond Hill. Let's look at Markham. Same story. Sales are up. We sold 57, and 57 is a strong week going back to June. 12 of those properties sold at $2 million or more. Average sold price is sitting at $1,952,000. You've got March here at the top end of 1.6 to around 1.7. Now we're at 1.8.5, 1.9.5. I'm even ignoring this one crazy week where we were over 2 million as far as average sold price. Prices are way stronger now than they were at any other time this year. 1,952,000 is 36% higher than where we were last year at this time. These are crazy numbers, I know. Sometimes I got to double check to see if they're actually, is that the right calculation? Of the 57 that sold, 61% sold at list price or more. Listings, not so much. We listed 63. The previous week we listed 62. The week before that we listed 59. We seem to be on that 60 a week roll in Markham, but it's not enough to satisfy the buyer appetite that's out there. And because of that, months of inventory is really low, 0.6, and the average days on market is sitting at 12. It's a crazy strong, the fall market, prices extremely strong. It's nice to see that activity, sales has picked up a little bit, but we need more properties on the market to satisfy the buyer appetite. My name is Santo Sessa with RE/MAX Premier. If you have any questions, reach out. Happy to help.